we humans are procreating at an ever-increasing rate, and as we do, the biodiversity of everything else on this planet is reducing at a dramatic rate. So it's important that even young children start to learn of the importance of biodiversity, and this collection helps them do that.
I'm Mary DeLacy. I'm the current president of the Friends of the Fullerton Arboretum. I have been involved with the garden in various ways for the whole 30 years it's existed. My parents were some of the people who got it started and gave trees one at a time and all the things that went on to attended probably 1 million lasagna dinners to raise money to get the garden going.
If you didn't know what Arboretum meant, I tell the third graders who come touring here that they know what a zoo is. It's full of a collection of animals. We're like a zoo, only we have a collection of trees and plants.
It's just essential for people today to realize their effect on the environment. And that, I mean, that's a huge general statement, but I think it's even more important now than it used to be because we run into so many people who have no contact with the dirt.
The Arboretum is a great resource for students and for faculty in the College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics and other places across the campus. This environment provides unique opportunities for students to come into what is really a semi-wilderness situation in the middle of our urban campus and do experiments, work on the pond, look at plants, study insects, carry out geological experiments. It's just a great resource for us.
This is a truly unique place in that we have 26 acres that people can come in North Orange County and frankly all of Southern California and just get out and enjoy nature and maybe get some relief from work and from commuting and just get to see birds and plants and water, and I think that's very important for people. And also maybe they get a glimpse at some other parts of nature like the Mojave Garden and some rarer plants and want to get out into the wilds and see and appreciate what nature has to offer. And I think that's important.
Of course, right now the emphasis is on drought tolerant, the desert, the kinds of plants. They can come here and see what they might consider planting in their yard. And that's a real important part of our program right now. We have a number of cities that support our composting classes. The people who live in Irvine can come here for a composting class free of charge, and they get an idea of how to do just a simple compost pile. There are 3 groups that are involved in the Arboretum Authority: the university, the Friends of the Fullerton Arboretum, and the city of Fullerton. And a long time ago when it was first established, it's now more than 30 years ago, they came together and created a joint powers agreement, and everybody just holds up their part of the agreement.
The Friends of the Fullerton Arboretum are super important. In fact, if we didn't have them, we probably wouldn't have this beautiful place here in the Palm Grove to sit and talk today. Besides providing contributions in the form of money, which is what we're talking about here tonight, they also provide volunteer support. We have over 300 volunteers that are active on a weekly basis, believe it or not. They do everything from potting plants out in our nursery to digging in the dirt here out in the garden.
The total that has been donated was actually even a surprise to some of us who have been very active in the Friends. It accumulates over the entire history of that organization. And the reason we do it is we want this institution to grow and to prosper. And we don't think of it in terms of $1 million over more than 20 years. We think of it in terms of each year's annual giving as we get toward the December timeframe, which was when many of us do our charitable giving.
As president of the Friends of the Fullerton Arboretum, I thank you very much for recognizing us. We have spent more than 30 years doing what's our purpose, which is supporting the garden, which involves giving obviously significant amounts of money to the university, and we really appreciate the recognition that you've offered.